Dude! Okay guys, you know that PS1 was my childhood and everything, you all know that by now, but also, along with the PS1, this game was also my childhood, and every time I hear this song, I get excited. It pumps you up for a great time, and the singing is just so goddamn 90s that I can't help but laugh at it.
What comes up must go down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground. Spin the world, spinning upside down. A mighty class will pound on stand.
Whoa, whoa, Caddy, stop!
Are you Johnny Gioli from Crush 40?
Yep, that's me, man. Whenever someone sings so freaking horribly, I hear it wherever I am.
Okay, fine then, Mr. Big Shot. You think you can sing Sonic Heroes better than your own fans? Then go right ahead.
Alright, I will. Sonic Heroes. Alright, which game is that from? Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Okay, thanks for joining in, Johnny, but I think we should just leave the singing to someone else now. I'm so sorry, Johnny. Please come back. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I always have to do the deciding whether or not things deserve to be slaughtered or salvaged, and if you couldn't understand me, don't worry, it's just because you're a little bit too slow. Oh yes, Sonic Heroes, the 2003 action platformer starring a dickhead in red shoes. I'm sorry, I don't get the appeal. This game hit the UK in early 2004, and I was 9 years old when my sister got it for her 8th birthday on the PS2. Do you think that this meant that she got save slot number 1 though? Fuck off, I always got save slot number 1. Even the birthday girl on her own game gets slot 2. I was horrible. There was a good reason for that, however. I may not have been a huge Sonic fan, but this was the second Sonic game I ever played at the time, the first being Sonic Advance 2, and I poured hours into it, even more than my sister, and it was her first PS2 game. Hashtag not sorry, hashtag get fucked. I played it when the sun came up and played it when the sun dropped off. I played it during sick days from school and played it during the holiday terms from school. I played it so much I couldn't shit anymore. Which then ended up helping me a lot because that meant my arsehole was blocked and I couldn't go to the toilet so I could play it even more! But I was a mere child all those years ago and maybe the game totally wasted my time. I don't remember how good or bad Sonic Heroes was, so that's why a Caddicarus show had to be done. There is one thing I do remember about this game though. The PS2 version of the game was a load of buttons! Oh!
Today I'm playing the Caddicarus version. And I got PlayStation symbols on the side bars of the game for textbooks.
Right, bear with me, I haven't played this game in a while. I might take a few minutes to readjust. Sorry? Tutorial? I don't ever remember playing a tutorial all those years ago. Let's give it a look. Hello! Oh fuck, I remember I didn't go here. Whoever decided this voice was good enough to teach you how to play the game needed to be sectioned. So one of the unique things about Sonic Heroes is the fact that you have more heroes than just Sonic's team. You get to play the game through 3 other teams as well, but for now I'll just stick with Team Sonic because, I mean, the game is Sonic Heroes after all. Team Dark is not only home to Shadow the Hedgehog, who... yeah, but also Omega isn't even looking at me, so if he doesn't care, I don't know why I should. Team Chaotic stages are all mission-based, meaning that you have to do a lot of finding hidden things in the Bugger off, I'm not doing this. Plus, Charmy Bee's eyes are making me feel a little bit sick. And as for Team Rose, well, they have... So yeah, we're sticking with Sonic for now, and it's also the default normal difficulty of the gameplay, so it'll give us a good average idea on how well the game has held up.
Yo, Tails! Long time no see!
What? Long time no see? Sonic, are you totally deranged? You see each other all the fucking time. You're practically his father.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Seriously, why are you telling them all of this, you complete and utter berg? Now they know exactly what you're going to do and they will definitely stop you because they have, at least, I don't know, 2,000 times before this game came out.
Time to crack that Eggman wide open!
Am I the only one that thinks that sounds like Sonic wants to fuck Eggman? Woohoo! Off we go! Yeah! What a fantastic intro stage. You immediately jump straight into classic Sonic action in surprisingly good 3D. You've got fast and fluent level design with plenty of switching pathways, simple routes mixed with enough fast reaction time, jumping and attacking to make you feel really good at this early story point of the game, and to accompany this, some totally kick-ass music and honestly beautiful graphics for nearly 15 years ago. You also get to mess around with Sonic Heroes' main gimmick, switching between 3 totally different characters in your team for different playstyles. Sonic is for pure speed, ring dashing along a trail of them and homing attacks over pits. Knuckles is for brute force and fighting the enemies to open doors along with gliding and floating.
Knuckles, what did you just say? Shit! Wash your mouth out at once, young man. This game is a 3+. He's so foul-mouthed, you might as well call him Fuckles.
And Tails is used for aerial attacks, high jumps, brief flight, and doing this. So Tails, do you like the game that you're in so far?
Yeah, supersonic speed! Gotta go fast, so much fun, nothing can stop me now!
Oh wait, shit, I missed a checkpoint, just give me a second, I'm just turning around and walking. Yeah, I got it now.
Supersonic speed!
Anyway, like I said, this level looks fantastic and the same applies to the rest of the game as a whole. Every world has a unique color palette, atmosphere, and assets, while every stage within the world has its own impressive graphically intensive set pieces and environmental design and challenges that use the visuals to change the way the level works. And the music from start to end is simply great. And not only the intro theme sung by
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
this doofus, but all of the background music as well. There's a unique track for each stage with the same instrumentation and theming of each world, and they're all completely superb, whether or not they go for hard rock or trippy techno and driving drum and bass. I'll never forget the joyous keyboard melodies and guitar solos carrying the tracks along in front of the sliding crazy bass lines, and the fact that every track not only matches with the spectacular colors and backgrounds, but also the gameplay only makes every ingredient work even better together. Yes, this is a Sonic game, meaning that running from A to B is the aim of the game, with lots of movement mixed with moments to stop and pay attention, even more so with the different formations and abilities for each situation. Jumping doesn't carry your momentum, which is extremely strange at first, but once you realize that you can use it as an emergency brake to get your bearings and control yourself properly in mid-air at high speeds, it's tolerable. And for Team Sonic at least, the gameplay itself is probably at its best, with the ridiculously rewarding feedback of rings and points for keeping your speed up, multiple routes everywhere for a tougher but quicker time or easier and slower time, and even hidden side paths for bonuses. The last 2 running stages on Eggman's flying base are the best at this by far. And those moments when you're being chased and need to hit buttons as fast and precisely as possible are always very The formation gimmick itself is a cool idea and very quick and simple to use, being set on the 2 buttons above action and jump. But the fact that you can only change characters when you're touching the floor is fucking stupid, especially when you're falling off of an edge and the other characters are perfectly safe above you and you're left to do nothing but die, after which everyone else starts following you to your death anyway. Through combat and checkpoints you can also level up each character up to 3 times, and this makes their attack stronger. Sounds great in theory, however, Knuckles being fully leveled up is nothing on Tails being fully leveled up. For the non-power character, he's absurdly overpowered and can clear walls of enemies with a few attacks at full level. It's very cool but completely unbalanced and doesn't mix well with the level design when you need to use a specific character and attack at the same time. I will happily admit though that spamming Sonic's homing attack can open itself up to many a knee-slapping moment where he has a total fit. Also, if you kill enough robots, and yes you do kill them because robots are people too, or collect enough rings, you can charge your Team Blast meter, giving you a special one-off team attack that decimates the entire screen before needing another recharge and making a joke out of some boss encounters.
This isn't the end! Well, that's good, otherwise it would be a very short game!
The controls though, well, they're good. For the most part, but they can be overly sensitive whenever you want to turn, and more often than not you'll get yourself totally stuck on corners or even totally straight or slightly curved tracks, completely killing the momentum and just looking as dumb as shampoo for ducks. And what about when you're running away from something and... Hang on a second, what the fuck was that about? I did that perfectly, how do I avoid that?
Why don't we try going up there?
Yep, thanks Tails, it's not like I can go anywhere else. Let's try that again. Oh, come on, what is this shite?
Why don't we try going up there?
Yes, thanks Tails, I've done this twice already. Ugh, who tested this part of the game?
Why don't we try going...
Tails, shut up or I swear to Christ I'll rip your tails off and hang you from them!
And hey, the pinballing levels, they're a total disgrace.
If the pinballing sections in Sonic Heroes were my own child, I'd disown it.
The physics here don't exist, hitboxes don't exist, influencing the direction of your rolling character even slightly doesn't exist. Sometimes a paddle will make you spontaneously appear at the top of the table, and sometimes they barely move you at all. Sometimes a bounce pad will fly you around, and sometimes it will make you clip through a speed pad. Honest to God, all of this footage you're seeing here is me trying my absolute hardest to simply try and get to the exit ramp of this table, nothing else, and it was close to impossible and not even slightly fun. Even better was this moment when Sonic decided to get stuck in a fucking slot machine. machine, leaving me not only with this precious and adorable little noise, but also the fact that Sonic never got out and never rejoined my team to carry on with the stage. And if it wasn't for the fact that I luckily had a Team Blast saved on me and ready to use, I would have had to kill myself to reset to the checkpoint and do the painful slog of the pinball tables all over again and just hope to the mighty Lord of the Dance that no one else got stuck in there again. It's totally out of your control what happens here, and I do understand that casinos are all luck-based, but this is being a little too literal, you know what I'm saying? How you would A-rank any of these casino stages, I have no clue. And let me carry on my list of grievances with more grievances. Sonic's ring dash to travel along a line of rings, well, sometimes it works beautifully and sometimes it doesn't work whatsoever, and I honestly cannot tell you why. As straight as you are behind the ring trail, it just sometimes doesn't work, often leading to your untimely end. Also, the characters constantly spout unhelpful advice and nonsensical rubbish depending on your situation.
Looks like we can use that cannon to go up.
Oh, really? I didn't think it would do that.
Let's leave it to Sonic.
Wait, leave it to Sonic? The enemies that should be killed by Knuckles in the power formation? Make up your mind, game.
Just enough to pass.
Right, I don't know what school you went to, Knuckles, but an E where I come from is a fat old see me after class. It's a fail. You get an E for being extremely bad at grading.
Better not touch those fireballs.
Oh, thank God. I was actually going to touch the burning flesh-melting fire until you told me not to. What would I do without you?
They're pulling out all the tricks. They're pulling out all the tricks. They're pulling out all the tricks. They're pulling out all the tricks.
Sorry, what were they pulling out? I don't think you made it clear enough.
That's the evil genius, Dr. Eggman.
Doctor Who?
Christ, I am so glad that I decided not to do all of this again with all the other teams. I can't imagine how awful that must be. The true ending of this game is not worth the copious amount of chatter. Please just zip it and let me play.
My head's spinning.
Good, I headbutt screws and falls off!
Wait a sec, what's this? A key? Get to the end of the stage without getting hit to keep it and then unlock a bonus stage? Brilliant! I can't wait to give this a go.
Jesus pissing Christmas, what is going on here?
These are some of the worst bonus levels I've ever played in a video game. Look at this madness. This isn't corrupted footage. This is how jumpy these stages look. The idea is to catch the Chaos Emerald running away from you while collecting balls to make you speed boost. But how do you speed boost? By spamming the action button over and over and over again, of course, causing constant stoppy, starty, jittery gameplay and a totally dead thumb after about 10 seconds because you need to boost at least 90% of the stage in order to catch the bloody thing. This would be fine, but it's a shame that there are bombs everywhere that basically stop you totally dead in your tracks, and if you get hit more than 3 times or so, you just won't win. And trying to avoid them with the constant jittery speed boosting, zero momentum, and extremely sensitive controls makes it all total hell. I don't need to say any more, look at it. I've seen mullets better than this.
You know what? At this point, I'd rather play with my dog. So I'm gonna play with my dog. Where's Toy? This Toy? I got your toy! Play with the fucking toy! No, it's my toy. It's my toy. No, it's my toy. Give me my toy back. Right, you have a stretch. It's very. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, there we go. We're going now. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Toy. It's my toy. I'm gonna get you. I gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I got you. Don't. No, this is really bad. Oh dear. Oh, he's coming. Oh no. Oh jeez, he's pushing me down. Ah! Where's Toy? I go get you! It's my toy. It's my toy. I paid for it with my own money. In the shops. With my cash. Don't you take it from me. Don't you take my toy. It's my toy.
Even the bosses are very 50-50. I do love how the Eggman machine battles all combine speed in order for you to keep up with the machine and avoid the huge area attacks, while switching to power formation for attacks and dodging sequences. But the team battles, oh good gravy, they're a joke.
Gotcha, my darling Sonic.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Sonic, this time there's no way out of marrying me.
Amy, I don't think that threatening to kill the guy you want to marry is going to help your situation. Also, aren't you like 12? There's simply no strategy here. It's complete luck along with mashing the attack button. And since the enemy team likes to do that exact thing, your best bet is to just spam Tails' aerial attacks to shove off everybody and finish the stage in 15 seconds, no joke. Otherwise, you'll have to deal with Big the Cat doing a lot of this, and then the boss just ends even when he's still alive on the stage. What? I didn't mention grind rails yet, though. When they work, they're fantastic fun, but when they don't, it's enough to give me an aneurysm. Leading and jumping from one rail to another, much like ring dashing, has a 50-50 chance of working, which isn't enough good odds above a bottomless pit. And often you'll blatantly land on a grind rail, but just not grind and fall off. The only thing that saves this is the dying noise when you fall. It takes a good 6 seconds for anyone to even realise that they're falling, and as soon as they do realise it... So guys, how do you feel that last stage went? Yeah, I think it went okay. I'm writing the reports on it right now. They'll be on your desk in the morning. Oh, we're falling and we're dead now.
Are we okay?
No problem.
Oh, Knuckles. You were never the sharpest knife in the cutlery drawer, were you?
I'm falling!
Good, I hope you hit the pavement and die!
And so after many twists and turns, fun gameplay and atrocious gameplay, great bosses and... bosses, we wonder why instead of going flat when we get crushed, we instead clip through the floor and die, and then finally get to Eggman's moity floating base with some of the best ending stages in a Sonic game. And after blowing up all of his egg cannons with switches on his own base, which begs the question why he even fucking put them there in the first place, we head for a pretty decent and difficult ending encounter, and then finish off with Amy chasing down Sonic even though we murdered her in cold blood earlier, and then the credits roll. At least for Sonic's story.
And that's Sonic Heroes. I honestly don't know what to make of this game anymore, and I only played through 1 out of 4 damn campaigns. I just can't believe that I invested so much time in this game when I was younger. How did I not give up and scream half the time? The presentation is brilliant, and some of the game itself is fantastic, with creative level design, adrenaline-fueled action, and unique bosses combining speed and combat together. But the rest is just a fucking Greek tragedy. Glitchy, overly sensitive, jerky, annoying. Fuck off, Tails! And the fact that the other story modes are more or less the same with slight variations means it must get pretty repetitive, along with the grinding to get the Chaos Emeralds in the awful special stages. It just doesn't sound that fun when you take the whole package into consideration. Sonic Heroes is far from heroic, but truth be told, I have played a lot worse 3D Sonic games, and especially compared to some of his more recent 3D Sonic outings, this game is much more consistent as a Sonic experience. It's just not all that great as a game overall. Because of that, Sonic Heroes today gets the Slavage. Just believe me when I say that the GameCube version of the game is on the floor. Alright? And until next time, if it's your birthday today while watching this video, happy frickin' birthday to you, and please remember to stay beautiful. Yeah, sounds good. Also, Mr. Gioli, I would write a special thanks in the credits for your contribution to this episode, but the problem is I can't spell your fucking surname, so this is gonna have to do. Okay, so seriously, thanks a million for watching this video, everybody, and a massive special thanks to the great Johnny Gioli for his amazing appearance in this episode of Caddicarus. It means so much to me, man, thank you. As an extra special thanks to Johnny, I'd love to share with you all in the description below his Pledge Music page, where by pre-ordering his brand new first ever solo album, you will also partly be donating to a great charity to help out one of his friend's sons fighting against paralysis after a horrific accident. All the information and details you need to know is in the description below. It's a great cause, and you'll be supporting a great artist at the same time, so for the sake of love of music, community, and humanity, please check out the site and consider a donation. Of course, I've donated to it myself. I'd also love to thank all of my very special Patreon supporters on the screen right now who have been helping keep this channel alive in some of YouTube's darkest times, along with the top tier supporters: Omar Matu, Patrick Ferguson, Basil, Andy Ellis, Robert Alamsha, I Have a Portal Gun, Gamer Man, Kane Stewart, Ellen Rilpley, Kirsten B, QB, Nathan Young, and Nicole Ganara. Thank you so much, every single one of you.